maternal instinct. Apparently, I'm not giving off a motherly vibe. My friend actually showed me a picture of her ultrasound the other day, right? And instead of just saying, oh, congratulations, I just freaked out and went, womb gremlin. It's probably the shortest stint on record as a godparent. It's 2019, it's all about strong women now, isn't it? Strong women! Yeah, can do anything now, can't you? Can do it like a brother, do it like a dude, be a CEO. Strong women! Yeah! What about sort of like weak-willed, tired women? What about us? I actually once cried for the whole length of the Northern Line. Didn't get a tissue out until High Barnet. That's a kind of strength. Look, lots of people say to me, even though it's 2019, women aren't funny. So started carrying this erection round. It's actually really doing my back in. Would you mind holding that step? Hold that step. I don't think I can do the show like this. I don't think I can do the set like this. Thank you. Lovely. What did you want to be when you were little growing up?
Archaeologist.
Archaeologist. Wow, nice. Do you know what I wanted to be when I was little growing up? A man with a 6-inch penis, because I'm reasonable. And the first thing I would have done with that penis, right, would be to stand really wide in my bedroom and just helicopter it around to Metallica. You know, because it's not the same when you do it with a strap on, is it? It flies off and hits your cat in the face. Anyway, right, yeah, it's lovely to be here. My name is Charlie George. Not really a name that screams brown lady, is it? But we are in fashion though at the moment, aren't we, brown ladies? Yeah, bang on trend. No one wants white people anymore, do they? They're all out by the bins, aren't they, huddling for warmth? Literally no one is interested in straight white men anymore. Yeah. It's quite sad actually, because some of them do have valid opinions. If I had £1, right, for every straight white man on the comedy circuit right now saying how difficult it is to be a straight white man, I might be able to use those pounds to bridge the 23% pay gap I have as a woman of colour. I'd love to unveil some kind of exotic cultural background for you. It's just that I was raised in Swindon by a white woman made entirely of Pinot Grigio and Spam. I was raised by my single parent, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, Daily Mail reading, Jehovah's Witness mum. Get in! Wasn't all bad growing up with an angry white mum though. You could play games, right, that only work with a racial difference. Like, I used to play this game where I pretend to be trafficked. You just slowly wind the window down in a public car park and just mouth, help me. Strangers. Also, everyone at school would be like, Charlie, who's that white lady who drops you off to school every day? And I'd be like, dunno. The help. I'm actually mixed race. I'm half Indian, half white. My mum is white and my dad is Indian. But he left when I was very young, so I don't really know anything about my background. And when you're mixed race and ambiguous, people often ask you the classic question, you know, where are you from? I just go, the idea you can save a marriage? It's just that I know nothing about my background. Right? I've been to India once. I was going for a breakup at the time, so it was my eat, pray, love trip. And it was more sort of eat, shit, cry. Essentially, I travelled over 7,000 kilometres just to find out they don't want me either. I did come back a yoga teacher though, so you know, now I'm officially certified in the ancient art of the middle-class white woman. I've been getting into the mindfulness recently. Are you familiar with the mindfulness? Yeah, it's where you sort of look inside your mind and you go, oh fuck. And then you try not to make it worse. I've been listening to these positive affirmations, right, to help me with my negative thinking. I listen to them a lot. And I was listening to some on the tube the other day, right, and I made eyes with this really beautiful woman. Ooh. And she started smiling back at me. And I thought we'd made a real connection. And then she just started laughing in my face. And I realised then that my headphones weren't plugged in. And my phone had just been blaring, true story, to the entire carriage. You are an intelligent and likeable human being. I didn't believe it, neither did she. I first realised I was into girls, right, when I'd been forced to knock on the door of this girl I fancied at school and sell her God. I remember being really embarrassed, right, because my mum was stood up the path watching, and I'd been forced to wear this floor-length skirt, you know, because God hates my sexy ankles. I don't know if you've ever seen my ankles before, sir, but they are horrendously sexy. Look at them, look at them. Can't wear sandals anymore, just end up pregnant. But there I was, right, with the Watchtower and Awake magazines, and I did that knock, you know. Don't be in, don't be in, don't be in. And then Hazel slowly opens the door. Hazel. I don't know if you remember your first crush, right, but my first crush was Hazel. She was amazing. She was white, blonde hair, blue-eyed. She was essentially my mum, but with a different vagina. So I was allowed to try and fuck her. In fact, Hazel was just one in a long line of straight girls whose hair I've braided and sniffed. Whilst they complained to me about their boyfriends. I never actually came out to my mum though, right? She discovered my sexuality in what we now call the infamous fingering incident of 1999. I don't know if you've ever had to be collected early from a sleepover before. I don't know what's worse, right? The phone call or the silent ride home. Trying to resist the urge to sniff your fingers. You're lovely, aren't you lovely? People often ask me to define my sexuality, right? To which I reply, I love women. You know, it's just that I also like women who look like men and men who look like women. I've dated a trans person and a polyamorous couple. One time, on my period, I chatted up a wall I believed was flirting with me. Straight, emotionally unavailable, all the things I love. And sometimes, right, I quite like a chubby man with a beard. I don't even know if it's a genuine attraction or if it's just some kind of transference of my love of muff to the face. But I wouldn't say I was bisexual though, like I wouldn't say I was bilingual just because I know where the bibliothèque is. I have really tried, right, it's just that my genitalia can't be relied upon to make rational or consistent choices, and it does not help that my grandmother actually once told me that the acronym LGBT stood for Lonely Gay Boys Together. Who can safely stand next to their sexual history and say, yes, this is a reflection of who I am and my best choices? Let's face it, right, if your sexuality reflected who you were as a person, it would be drunk, missed the night bus, depressed at a wedding buffet, bored watching Making a Murderer. You know, I think my sexuality just isn't committed enough for any of the categories available, you know. I think I just identify as horny, you know, I've got that big clit energy. I actually once tried to chat someone up in the multi-faith prayer room at Heathrow. Turns out prayer time isn't sexy time, you know? There's just not a lot of space for two on a prayer mat. It's also really tricky to climax uncontrollably and remain facing east. Look, I did actually get kicked out for my sexuality at 13 and had a wild and interesting ride. And I do actually use positive affirmations to help me with my mental health. I've actually got some positive affirmations here tonight. I'm running out of time, so we'll just do one. We'll just do my favourite one, because you've just been absolutely delightful. There's not enough collaboration in stand-up comedy. What's your name?
Daniel.
Daniel, say hi to Daniel, everyone.
Hi.
Yeah, it's therapy now. You're trapped.
When shit happens, turn it into fertilizer and grow yourself a bigger bush.